A customer of mine bought his Model Y in January. 2 weeks later, Tesla dropped the price and swapped in a completely different battery without telling anyone. He found out from a forum post. That is exactly why you need to hear what is coming before you hand Tesla your money. Number 5. The battery lottery nobody is talking about. This one makes me angry, and I think it should make you angry too. Tesla is quietly putting their in-house 4680 battery cells into some Model Y units, and the results are not good. Over in Europe right now, the Model Y long range with the new 4680 pack lost about 32 miles of range on the European rating compared to the exact same trim with the older LG cells it replaced. That is an 8% downgrade on a vehicle you are paying the same price for. Same trim name, same sticker price, and a worse car. Tesla is not telling buyers which battery pack they are getting at the time of order. You find out at delivery if you even know what to look for. I dug into the independent charging data on this, and it gets ugly fast. One well-known electric vehicle tester ran the 4680 Model Y through a supercharger session and found the pack was already dropping from 155 kilowatts at just 31% charge. For context, a cheaper LFP Model 3 with a smaller 62 kilowatt-hour battery actually added more energy in 15 minutes than this supposedly premium 4680 pack. I personally think that is embarrassing for a company that built its reputation on charging speed. You are spending $50,000 on a long-range model, and the budget chemistry is outcharging you at the supercharger station. The 4680 cell was built to save Tesla money on manufacturing, not to give you a better car. Elon Musk himself admitted at the 2025 shareholder meeting that the battery manufacturing process was, in his words, way harder than expected. But instead of perfecting the cell before shipping it, Tesla is quietly mixing it into the production line and hoping nobody notices. The cathode supplier for these cells, a Korean company called L&F, had their $2.9 billion Tesla contract cut down to practically nothing. Panasonic delayed their own 4680 production a second time because Tesla never ordered enough. When your own suppliers are walking away from the program, that tells you something. And by 2027, this situation gets worse, not better, because Tesla is more than doubling 4680 production at their Berlin factory. More of these cells on the line, not fewer. If you are a European buyer especially, this is the single most important thing to verify before you accept delivery of any Model Y. But the battery situation is only part of why your timing matters, because the price you pay today might look foolish 6 months from now. Number 4, the price has not finished falling. If you have been watching Tesla pricing over the last year, you already know it moves fast. But what a lot of people miss is that Tesla is not cutting sticker prices anymore. They are cutting your payment through financing tricks instead. Right now, in May 2026, the base Model Y Standard and the new AWD trim both qualify for 0% financing for 72 months. Run the math on that against market interest rates, and it is basically a $5,000 discount baked into your loan. Tesla also launched a stripped-down standard trim at $39,990 and a new entry-level AWD at $41,990. That is $7,000 cheaper than the premium AWD was sitting at just a year ago. I have been telling people on this channel for a while that Tesla operates more like a tech company than a car company when it comes to pricing. They change numbers overnight with zero warning. At this point, I think Tesla has a guy whose entire job is waiting for you to sign the paperwork before he hits the price cut button. And every single time they cut the new car price, the resale value of your used Model Y drops right alongside it. The depreciation on these vehicles is steeper than anything I have seen in 20 years of working on cars. Now, the federal $7,500 electric vehicle tax credit is gone. It died in October 2025, and it is not coming back under the current administration. So that particular reason to rush is off the table either way. But Tesla's domestic sales slipped 4 straight months through January 2026, and their China retail numbers fell roughly 10% compared to last year. When sales start dropping like that, Tesla does not sit still. They get aggressive. I personally think 2027 pricing will include even steeper financing deals, more stripped-down entry-level trims, and possibly lease offers that undercut everything available today. If you can stomach the wait, your wallet will almost certainly thank you. Now, everything I just told you about batteries and pricing is important for your bank account. But this next one is the single biggest reason I would tell anyone considering a Model Y to slow down and pay attention. Number 3. Tesla is about to replace the brain inside this car. Tesla confirmed in April 2026 that their next-generation self-driving computer, called AI-5, officially completed its chip design at both Samsung and TSMC chip factories. It is targeting mid-2027 to start going into actual cars. The raw numbers on this chip are something else entirely. We are talking about 2,000 to 2,500 trillion operations per second. For comparison, the current AI-4 computer inside every single Model Y sold today runs at roughly 500. That is a 4 to 5 times jump in processing power. The onboard memory is 9 times what the current chip has. The chip draws around 250 watts, less than half of what was originally planned. Here is the problem though. If you buy a 2026 Model Y today, you get AI-4. That computer cannot be swapped out. It is soldered into the vehicle's main computer assembly. You are locked in for the life of the car. I want you to really think about this because we have already watched this exact movie play out before with Tesla. Remember HW3? Tesla sold that computer for years and told every buyer it would handle full self-driving with no issues. Fast forward to a Tesla investor call back in April, and Tesla officially confirmed that HW3 will never run unsupervised FSD. There are active class action lawsuits in 3 countries right now over that broken promise. One group in the Netherlands is seeking nearly $7,000 per affected owner. So when Tesla looks you in the eye today and promises that AI-4 will be fine forever, forgive me for being a little skeptical. I have personally seen that exact sales pitch before and watched it expire in real time. Before you run out and cancel your order, there is a catch on the timing. AI-5 is going to the Cybercab robotaxi and the Optimus humanoid robot before it reaches the Model Y production line. Musk said directly on that same call that Tesla needs several 100,000 completed AI-5 boards staged at the factory before they switch over. The realistic timeline for a consumer Model Y with AI-5 silicon inside it is late 2027 at the absolute earliest, and possibly early 2028. But if you are financing a car you plan to keep for 5 or 6 years, this timing matters. Buying in March 2027 gets you AI-4. Buying in November could get you AI-5. That gap could shape what your car is capable of for its entire life. But the chip is only half the equation, because what Tesla is building to run on that hardware might matter even more than the hardware itself. Number 2, FSD version 15 is a complete rebuild from the ground up. Tesla is not just tweaking the self-driving software with some bug fixes and calling it a day. They are tearing the entire system down and rebuilding it around a 10 billion parameter neural network. For reference, the current FSD system runs on roughly 1 billion parameters. And here is the part that actually surprised me when I went through the investor call transcript line by line. Musk confirmed that FSD version 15 will still run on the current AI-4 hardware. They are using a technique called distillation to compress that massive new model down to fit inside the 16 gigabytes of memory in today's vehicles. That is actually good news if you already own a 2026 Model Y. You will receive version 15 delivered straight to your car through an over-the-air software update. No Tesla service center visit required. But here is where it gets really interesting for someone deciding whether to buy now or wait. Version 15 is targeted for late 2026 or early 2027. Tesla is holding back their entire robo-taxi rollout until this software is ready. They have driverless test vehicles on public streets in Austin, Texas right now, but they are refusing to expand to other cities until version 15 has millions of real-world testing miles behind it. When a company refuses to launch their self-driving taxi service until one single update is finished and tested, that should tell you everything about how big this update actually is. I worked on a customer's Model Y last week, and the owner was running FSD version 14.3. He showed me the car navigate a construction zone on the highway that would have completely confused the software even 6 months earlier. Orange barrels, lane shifts, a flagging crew directing traffic, the whole mess. The car handled it clean. Now multiply that kind of improvement by a neural network 10 times larger running behind the scenes, and you start to understand what version 15 could actually look like when it lands. If you are someone who bought FSD outright or who plans to subscribe at $99 a month, waiting until version 15 is live and battle tested by real owners on real roads is just common sense. Now, this last reason might sound small compared to a brand new computer chip and a complete software overhaul, but I guarantee you it is the one that generates the most debate in the comments section every single time. Number 1. Apple CarPlay is finally coming to Tesla. For years, Tesla flat out refused to add CarPlay support to their vehicles. They wanted you locked into their own ecosystem, their navigation, their music apps, their voice assistant, their everything. And for years, it was one of the single biggest complaints from owners across every Tesla forum on the internet. Well, Bloomberg confirmed in late 2025 that Tesla is actively developing wireless CarPlay. They actually worked directly with Apple's engineering team to fix a real problem. Apple Maps and Tesla's FSD navigation were giving the driver two completely different sets of directions at the same time. Imagine the car preparing for a right turn while Apple Maps is telling you to go straight. Apple actually built a custom software fix specifically for Tesla to resolve that conflict. When Apple builds a custom fix just for your car company, that tells you this is real. The holdup right now is not the technology itself. It is how many people have actually updated their iPhones. Tesla wants enough owners running iOS 26 before they flip the switch, because the navigation conflict fix only works on the newer operating system. The spring 2026 software update did not include CarPlay. People who follow this stuff closely say it could land in a late 2026 update, or more likely ship standard on 2027 Model Y builds from day one. I know some Tesla owners who say they do not need CarPlay, and the built-in infotainment system handles everything fine. And look, for basic Spotify playback and supercharger routing, sure, the Tesla system works. But try getting a group text message read back to you properly in a Tesla. Try using Waze in an area where Tesla's map data has zero traffic information. Try switching between 3 different podcast apps without fumbling with the touchscreen at 70 miles per hour on the freeway. CarPlay fixes every single one of those problems overnight. And it is only Apple CarPlay, by the way. Tesla is not developing Android Auto support at all right now. If you are an Android user, there is still no timeline for you, which I think is a real miss on Tesla's part, given how many Android owners are out there. So here is my honest bottom line on all 5 of these. If you need a car right now and the 0% financing works for your budget, the 2026 Model Y Juniper is still a solid vehicle. I am not going to pretend otherwise. But if you have the flexibility to wait 6 to 12 months, the 2027 build puts you in line for mature software, a possible new computer, CarPlay from day one, and a purchase price that has almost certainly dropped further from where it sits today. Now, whether you buy today or wait, there are 7 popular Tesla accessories selling on Amazon right now that are quietly destroying the car you already own or the one you are about to buy. I made a full video on them, and number 4 is something I see stuck to almost every Model Y that rolls into the shop. If you have that one on your car right now, you need to go watch that video before you do anything else.